A very good morning to all the students. So today I'll be discussing in connection with the second course outcome, and the name of the chapter is NC and CNC machines, as you are going to see clearly on the screen. It is very important that if you see the development of in the field of technology, especially in connection with the machineries which the industries used to adopt, say about 100 years back, like that. Okay, so every production used to take place manually only. There was no question of any introduction of semi-automatic or automatic machines. But as the advancements took place, especially in the field of electronics, then a lot of changes have taken place, and various semi-automatic and automatic machines have been discovered and used to take the benefit of the technology. It was possible for the industries to satisfy the customers. That means at the very early stage, all the work is used to be carried out totally by workers. But nowadays, if you see the technology, it has developed to such an extent that everything is almost automatic. So as a part of that, this is one of the chapters wherein we are going to discuss. So basically we are concentrating on NC and CNC machines. So let us see the long form of NC. NC means it is numerical control. That means whatever the controlling action of the machine is there, it is done with the help of numbers. So I think about this we have already discussed in brief while studying about in the mechatronics subject, especially when we are going to use encoders, decoders, 7-segment displays, like that, which already studied. Or even in case of PLCs also, where we are going to use the ladder logic diagram to see that the operations are going to be carried out in a sequence, that too automatically. In a similar fashion, in case of if you see the development in the field of technology like NC and CNC, the industries introduced this automation system into the machines so that the involvement of the worker will go on reducing. That means there is no need for the operator to be present always in front of the machine. Only thing is what? He has to observe how the machining operation or the process is going on. If any change in the process is there, he has to modify just as per the instructions, as per the information from higher authorities, and then proceed with the production or the process. This is how the technology is there at present. But now when we speak about the NC, means numerical control, and CNC means what? Computer numerical control machines. That means if the machines are purely controlled by alphanumeric code, that is called as an NC, and if the machines are controlled by computerized programming instructions, then we call it as CNC machines. So in the today's session, we are going to discuss in detail about introduction to NC machine. In the introduction part, we are going to describe in brief about the historical development, how the development in the field of technology has taken place, especially in the field of machines. Fundamentals of NC technology. So in the fundamentals, what NC technology is and what are the basic components of an NC system, and the last one is NC coordinate systems. So let us go one by one here. Introduction to NC machine. The history of numerical control began when the automation of the machine tools first incorporated concepts of abstractly programmable logic. Just I have told, as there was an advancement in the field of electronics, that is using PLCs. Okay, this automation technology got introduced, and it continues today with the ongoing evolution of computer numerical control technology. So it is a very simple thing to understand. If you see the developments, okay, at the very beginning, we used to have PLCs, microcontrollers, microprocessors, and nowadays the same technology is being used in the fully automated factories. The first NC machines were built in the 1940s. Let us understand in brief. In 1940s and 1950s, okay, the NC machines were invented, built based on the existing tools that were modified with motors that moved the controls to follow points fed into the system on punched tape. This is a very, very important concept here. So basically, this is how the advancement has taken place. So whatever the tools and the technology in the field of electronics and electrical, because concerned to the motors, because without motors there is no question of any driving force that it is possible to achieve. The motors, whatever the movement that has to happen, it has to happen through motors only. So looking into that, how these motors can be controlled, as we see nowadays in servo controls or servo motors and stepper motors, etc. Okay. Whatever the programming instruction is there, that programming instructions, okay, we used to carry out the preparation of a tape. That tape name is called as a punched tape. If you see the technology which we used to have, especially in our childhood like that, we used to have a reel system. The reel system means what? Whenever we used to go to the theaters, we used to see that the film strip is used to run. That is the same technology. It's nothing but what? It is a magnetic tape which is made to move. And the same technology was also used in your tape recorders. The magnetic tape, when there is a pressing of the play head, okay, as it comes in contact with the magnetic tape, then it is going to convert that into a sound waves. So similarly, in case of NC machines also, we are going to use the programming instructions which is responsible to carry out certain information to the machine control unit to carry out the machining processes. So that we are describing in detail in the today's session. So these early servo mechanisms were rapidly augmented with analog and digital computers. See, analog and digital computers were the first introduction, creating the modern CNC machines tools that have revolutionized the machining process. The entire machining process got revolutionized, means got advanced, got changed, got improved, what we are going to call in the field of machining. John T. Parsons, he is from United States, is credited with developing the first NC system. The first numerical control system was developed by John T. Parsons. He is from United States, from Michigan University. While working as a machinist at his father's company in the 1940s. Remember, in the 1940s, he used to work in his father's company. He invented the first NC system. Okay, Parsons began working on innovative ways to build helicopter rotors for the nascent aerospace industry. That is the name of the industry, nascent aerospace industry. In that, the helicopter rotors, okay, that was the first type of a production using the NC technology. That is what it says about the brief history or introduction to NC machines. Now let us understand what is the fundamentals of NC technology. What NC technology is. A system in which, so when I am going to speak about a NC technology, it is called as a numerical control system. Okay, a system in which the actions are controlled. Here actions means operations, process, are controlled by the direct insertion of numerical data at some point. So means whatever the information is there, whatever the process is there, whatever the operation is there, has to be converted into a numerical data. That numerical data, remember, is also in the form of zeros and one. Again, we are coming back to our subject mechatronics. Every decimal number is converted into equivalent zeros and one. That combination of zeros and one is punched on a tape, which is going to become a software for NC machines. That again we are discussing in detail in the subsequent slides. The system must automatically interpret. The system means what? The NC, the whole of the NC system should be able to interpret, means it should be able to read at least some portion of this data. Means at least some portion of this data means what? Whatever the reading is there, the reading is not done continuously. The reading is done block by block. Each row of information is read by the machine control unit and certain action is taken by it. Instructions are supplied to the machine as blocks of information. See, remember, the instructions means what? So here we require again an expert programmer who has to study the specifications of machines. He should know what type of cutting tools he is supposed to use, what type of cutting tools are used, what type of job it is there, and what is a part drawing. All this information should have a very strong knowledge. He should have very strong knowledge about these things so as to write the programming instruction or to prepare the punched tape. A block of information commands sufficient to enable the machine to carry out one individual machining operation. Just I have told, a block means one particular row of information. Okay, that row of information is read, then the tape reader will go to the next block of information. Again, it goes to the next row of information like this in a sequence, so that as each block of information is read, a certain action will be carried out by the machine control unit as a part of an NC system. So each block is given a sequence number for identification. This is very, very important. So generally we consider the sequence number. Without that, how a roll number is given to you, like that a sequence number has to be given like N1, N2, N3, N4, N5, especially in the case of a CNC machines. N representing the sequence number 1, N2 sequence number 2, N3 sequence number 3, like this. So as there is the reading of the block of information is done, a certain action is taken by the machine control unit. Now let us go in detail about the fundamentals. Numerical control is control of a system or a device by direct input data in the form of numbers, just I have told, letters, symbols, words, or a combination of these forms. Generally we are going to define in this way the numerical control machine tool, where the controlling action is done by converting the data into alphanumeric code. This is a very simple definition. Okay, it is a principal element of computer integrated manufacturing, particularly for controlling the operation of the machine tools. Whenever we want to go for the controlling the operations of a machine tools, then we go for what? This particular technology. Examples: numerical control technology has applications in a wide variety of production operations, such as metal cutting. So metal cutting, in a metal cutting we go for the NC technology. Automatic drafting, even automatic drafting is also done. Spot welding is done, carried out by the NC machines. Press working machines, assembling, inspection. In all these fields, it is possible to use the NC technology. Numerical control system can be used for all this. However, NC finds its principal application in metal machining operations. Out of all this, the very wide application is there in the machining side, means where the material has to be removed from the given raw material. So that function is in that particular application, NC finds wider applications. So it is built to do virtually entire metal removing process. So what is the function here? The function it is built to do virtually entire metal removing process. Entire metal removing process is carried out by the NC machines or NC technology. Now we are going again deeper into the section here. We used to say that we require to use the NC system so as to carry out the operations automatically. So whenever we want to know how this process is carried out, we require to understand what are the basic components of an NC system. That means whenever I want to build any NC system related to a particular operation, that means NC system built for press working operation, NC system built for turning operations, NC system built for inspection, like this, then for any of these applications, it is necessary that the NC system should have three basic and important elements. So what are those? Let us have an understanding about that. The first one coming is program of instructions. The first part of an NC system is program of instructions, and the second part is machine control unit, and the third part is processing equipment. So it is a very strange thing that you need to understand here very clearly. First, the preparation of the program is done, It is fed here like this. Then machine control unit takes the decisions, gives a signal to machine. So this is the actual machine tool. And the whole all together, all the three units together, we call it as an NC system. You try to understand. So that is very, very important. Okay. This is how the flow of information or the flow of controlling action is going to happen in case of a NC system. So now let us understand again, to make it more clear for you or to have a better understanding. You know very well, whenever we want to go for any production of any job, the first important thing is a part drawing. As you are going to see on the screen here, first important thing is a part drawing. What type of job we are producing, that is very, very important. And part drawing is studied in detail by the part programmer. Part programmer has to study in detail the part drawing. Part drawing means what type of job is to be produced. That is totally studied by the part programmer. He's going to see all the operations to be carried out on a particular job. Whenever a simple example, if at all I want to do a job on a simple lathe machine, first of all, the drawing is given to you. And in that, what type of operations you are going to do, like are you going to do facing, are you going to do rough turning, are you going to do fine turning, are you going to do thread cutting, like that. So what a part programmer will do, a part programmer studies completely in detail the part drawing as given, and he will make the list of operations that has to be carried out in a sequence. This is very, very important. The first is he is going to study the entire part drawing. Then he will start analyzing correctly what operations has to be done first, what operations has to be done second or next, like that. This is called the detailed study to be carried out by the part programmer. Apart from that, he should have a complete knowledge of the machine tool on which the operation is being done, its specifications, and what are the types of cutting tools, their materials. All this knowledge he should have correctly. Then only he can go for the preparation of a part program. Now the second step, as you are going to see here, this is called as a part program. That means part drawing is carried out as per the instruction from the design department of a company. Then a part programmer prepares a part program. So what is this part program? This part program is nothing but, as you are going to see clearly on the screen, this is nothing but a programmed tape. This is nothing but a plastic tape, or sometimes you can also call it a magnetic tape or a simple punched card, like that. So on this you are going to see these holes. This is called as the punching of the hole. That is why the name has come as punched tape. So all the information which is there as a part program is converted into zeros and one. Here the number of holes are being punched. So depending upon what type of data is there here like this continuously. So these each one is called as a block of information. This is called as a block of information to be read by the tape reader or the machine control unit to carry out the operation. So as it is read, it is sent. Here you are going to see very simple thing. Program tape is prepared, and this program tape is inserted into this machine control unit. So this is called as a tape reader, one which reads the tape and gives the information to the controller to give certain controlling action to machine tool, as you are going to see very clearly on the screen. This is how the process takes place in case of an NC system. But in examinations, so it is sufficient to show program, machine control unit and processing equipment like this. Okay, so now let us go. What is the meaning of program of instructions? So whenever, just I have told, let us define it first. It is a detailed step-by-step set of directions to the machine tool for doing a particular job or work or process. What a program of instruction means? The program of instructions is a step-by-step that operations, direction, Okay, how a machine tool has to carry out the operations, in what sequence it has to carry out. That itself is called as a program of instructions to produce a particular job. The numerical data required to produce a job is stored in an input medium known as a punched tape. Just I have told punch, why the word punched means what? The tape at the beginning, it's not having any holes. Okay, it is a straight tape like. Okay, and on that the punching means production of holes is done row wise in a sequentially. Okay, that is done in order to see that each block of information is read by the control unit and proceeded. Okay, punched tape is prepared by converting all the necessary program instructions by converting each and every information into binary coded decimal. Just I have told every information means what? Wherever any type of job is there, to take a simple example, if at all I want to give a certain depth of cut, a certain feed rate, then I am going to mention in the form of numbers. Depth of cut, for example, if I am going to give 1 millimeter or 2 millimeters, this 2 millimeter has to be converted into equivalent and zeros and 1. Okay, then that value is how many holes will be coming, that values is converted and it is given as a how many zeros are coming, how many 1 is coming. So if 1 comes, there the punching of the hole is done. That means the decimal number 2 is converted into an equivalent binary coded number, which is a set of zeros and 1. Where the 1 comes, there the punching of the hole is done. Where 0 is there is no punching of hole. So as the tape is inserted, automatically it takes that the 2 millimeter depth has to take place like this. This is how it is going to happen. Each and every information into a binary coded decimal, and in turn preparing the punching of holes using a flexowriter. So now you have heard about the typewriters. Nowadays it is almost outdated because of the technology. Okay, now you are directly going to do with the help of a keyboard of a computer, or even without a keyboard, as you are going to see in a laptops at present. But the punching of the holes is to be carried out by a machine. That machine name is a flexowriter. Input medium used. What is the input medium used here? Is a punched tape of 1 inch in width. So that also you need to understand. What is the width? It is only 35 millimeters. 1 inch, that is 25 millimeters. Okay, punched cards can be used. Magnetic tape or 35 mm motion picture film. Yes, 35 millimeter motion picture film. Okay, we used to have when in our childhood also. Okay, we used to have theaters. Nowadays the technology is digitalized, so there is no question of that, and they are all outdated now. A part programmer prepares the program of instructions in connection with all the processing steps to be performed. So all this above function is carried out by the part programmer. Okay, and he has to write the steps, and he has to see that the punching of the holes is being carried out in a correct way. So the programmer, there are two methods of inserting the program of instruction to the NC system. So once what are the methods through which this programming information or program of instructions is fed to the NC system, that we are discussing. The first one is MDI. So the long form of MDI is manual data input. It is a manual data input, means manually the data is entered into NC system. Manually you have to enter through a panel. You have to enter, and is used for simple job where there is no chance of repetition of the order. When there is no much change, okay, in the what type of job being produced, then we can go for the MDI option. If at all it is going to change, then we are going to use one more technique that is called as a direct link with computer. So in this case, the data is entirely entered directly into NC system, known as direct numerical control system. So in a direct numerical control system, we are going to again convert that tape reader, okay, into equivalent program of instructions, and the NC machines are being controlled. This is called as a direct link. Okay, that also we are going to discuss in detail in the subsequent presentations. So again, you are going to see on the screen, just to clarify more what exactly is, okay, as you are going to see the program of instructions. The most common input medium is 1 inch wide punched tape, other input medium are punched cards and magnetic tape. So here you are going to see very clearly the punching of the holes B. So as you are going to see clearly here, okay, the punched tape to the left side and the punched card you are going to see, and then also you are going to see in detail about this one, that is how the tape is the same one, both are same here, there is no change, only this is the enlarged value when the tape is being opened. So this is called as a software for the NC system. This can be also called as a software for the NC systems. Now again I am going to explain in detail about the program of instructions. So in case of NC machine, remember the software is nothing but the punched tape itself. It is going to act like a software which is being read by the tape reader, which is a part of a machine control unit. So now you are going to see very clearly there are 8 tracks are there. Please see the sketch clearly, 8 tracks. So each track is having certain number of holes. You are going to see in some of the cases 6 holes are there, in some of the cases 7 holes are there, in some of the cases 8 holes are there if you count them. So what is the meaning of this? This means that this information is read first, next it goes to these are called as block of information, and when the tape is fed in this way, each block of information is read by the tape reader or by the machine control unit, and a certain action it's going to convert into mechanical action. And whatever the punching of the holes which you are going to see here, the punching of the holes, the number of holes to be punched depends upon how we have converted the decimal number into equivalent binary coded decimal, that is the bits what we are going to call of zeros and one. This is a very important point to be noticed, remember, okay. And one main drawback of this is suitable only for one particular job. That is a very important thing. So whatever the punched tape that is prepared now, which you are going to see, it is for only one particular type of job. As the job design changes, again you have to go for the punching of holes of the tape. Okay, so that is major drawback of the NC system. So that is why nowadays almost all the NC systems are being replaced by computerized numerical control systems. Okay, so let us go to the next part of a NC system. The first one is program or program of instructions, and the second part is machine control unit. It is the brain or heart of the NC system which interpret the program of instructions. The main function of the machine control unit is going to act like a heart, because whatever the decision making is there, it is purely done by the machine control unit, and its function is to read the program of instructions as prepared and convert that into mechanical actions. It converts the program of instructions into the mechanical actions required for the machine tool to carry out. Means what type of operation the machine tool has to carry out, okay, that decision making and giving the signals to the machine control unit, that function is carried out by the machine control unit. So machine control unit alone, it is not doing any work. So all together we call it as a machine control unit. So what are the basic elements of a machine control unit? Let us understand about that. So it contains the parts like tape reader. We must have a tape reader first, okay, because the tape is having the program of instructions, so that has to be read. That is, the first one is the tape reader, data buffer, output channels, feedback channels, sequence controls, and the last one is called as a control panel. So all these are the important elements of a machine control unit. So now tape reader, what is the function of a tape reader? Its function is to read the program of instructions stored in the punched tape. Just I have told, tape reader, one which reads the punched tape, it's called as a tape reader, and stores the data in a data buffer in step by step as a block of information. See what tape reader will do, it just reads each block of information and stores in a buffer. The buffer is nothing but, as we already studied, the one which stores the as a memory is called as a buffer. Block of information is nothing but one complete step to be carried out by the machine tool. Okay, example, the block of information may represent the movement of a machine table to a certain position and a drilling operation at the, just we have taken one example. Just I have told, if at all I want to make each one particular block of information by reading, it shows that the work table has to come to this position, and at that particular point the drilling operation has to be carried out on the workpiece. Data buffer. The main function of the data buffer is to store all the necessary input instructions in logical blocks of information. So whatever the information is there, some storage is required. That itself is called as a data buffer. And output channels, and whatever that data is there, it has to be sent to the motors and controllers so that the process is further carried out. So the main function of the output channels is to send the instructions to servo motors and other controls of the machine tool from the controller unit. From the controller unit, whatever is there, that information has to flow continuously to servo motors. Okay, feedback channels. So the main function of the feedback channels is to send the feedback data to the controller from the machine tool. This is also very, very important. So now what happens? We have taken the information from the tape, punched tape. It is being read in a machine control unit. Okay, that information is made to flow to the machine tool where certain operation is done, and whether that operation is done correctly or not. So that again it is given as a feedback to the controller. Okay, so that the errors can be rectified. So such channels are called as feedback channels. Basically they are going to carry out the data. Very, very important. Back means data or the information. What action has taken place by the machine tool, that has to go back to the controller to rectify the errors, to ensure proper positioning of the workpiece or the tool. Sequence controls. The main function of the sequence control is to synchronize all the, now all these activities has to be carried out in a sequence one by after, so that one control unit controlling device is required. That is called as a sequence control. All the activities starting from reading of the punched tape to the machine tool operation, starting from the punched tape to the operation, all these have to be carried in sequence, and that function is carried out by the sequence control unit. Control panel. So this is actually, control panel is always outside the NC system only. It is provided with dials and switches for the operator to turn the NC machine or the system smoothly. So whenever any operator has to work on a NC system or a NC machine, he should have a control panel. Okay, I don't know how many of you have visited our skill development center. If you are going to see there, you are going to see the control panel directly there, where it's having different dials and switches, where different options are there, soft buttons are there to insert the program, to modify the program, okay, to run the CNC machines, like that. Okay, so now machine tools. Now the third important part of a NC system is a machine tool or a processing equipment. Machine tool is the part of the NC system which performs the useful work of converting the raw materials into finished component. So what is our aim here? We require to convert the production of the job. That means we require to produce a particular job. In order to produce a particular job, okay, that particular job is being produced on a machine tool itself. It is designed to perform the machining operations. What is the main function? Its design is done based what type of operation is to be done, also decided. Based on that, the design is being carried out. It is provided with the necessary parts like work table it is having and machine table to hold the workpiece. The main function of the work table or machine table is to hold the workpiece. Spindle is there. The spindle shaft serves as a support, a positioner, and a rotary drive for the tool or the workpiece. Here rotary drive means basically the motor or any other ball screws etc., where the what we can say, the rotations can be reduced, gearboxes, whatever the requirement is there, that is used for the spindle rotations. Cutting tools to provide the machining operations, and work fixtures. Generally the devices like vise or any other devices designed to hold the workpiece. Generally we go for the vise which is kept firmly on, which is fixed to the work table or the machine table, on that a particular job can be held, or any other fixture designed for a, depending upon the configuration of the workpieces, especially in industries. So now the next part of information is, now we have studied as in an NC system we require to have three important parts, that is called as an program of instructions, and the second one is machine control unit, and the third one is a machine tool. So all together we call it as an NC system, right, to understand. But for this NC system to operate, how the machining action is actually carried out and what type of axis system is used. Without axis system, without the application of a Cartesian coordinate system, which is consisting of x, y and z representing, these are called as the axis, which represents a particular dimension, particular movement, etc. That all we are going to discuss in the NC coordinate system. Now let us have an understanding about the meaning. The purpose of the coordinate system is to provide a means of locating the tool in relation to the workpiece. So why this coordinate system is required? See, whenever you are going to draw a graph on a paper, you should have an origin. You know that. Without origin, can you able to draw the graph? You are not able to compare the two or three parameters or three different dimensions cannot be what we can say plotted. If at all you don't know the, if at all you don't have the zero value, origin value, okay, origin. So like that, even in case of an NC machine, we require to see that the tool is located with respect to the origin. So for that we have to decide the coordinate system. Depending on the type of NC machine, the part programmer may have several options for specifying the location. The part programmer himself can specify, means what? Sometimes the center of the workpiece can be taken as origin, or the corner, one of the corners can be taken as the origin, so that the tool can be used at different locations when the machining is to be carried out. A part programmer defines a standard axis system. The part programmer himself decides this. So what are the systems? Types of NC system axis are flat and prismatic work parts. So depending upon the type of job we want to produce, we have to adopt the coordinate system. This is very, very important. So that means, so as you are going to see in the first type, flat and prismatic work parts. Flat workpieces, prismatic workpieces means totally if the your job to be produced is of a flat type, then I have to adopt a particular coordinate system. And if at all I want to go for the production of cylindrical or rotational jobs, round jobs production is there, which is having wider applications in industries, as you see. So then what type of coordinate system we are going to use? Now just see here, very clearly given now. Just I'll be making a slightly big here. So you are going to see the work part at the, which is located exactly at the middle of a work table, and this work part is having, okay, X, Y and Z axis, and along with that you'll be having A, B and C, where they are considered as rotational about the respective axis. To give a simple example, now you are going to see the X axis here. So plus X, so that means if the movement of the work table takes place like this, this is called as a plus X, and if it goes like this, it's considered a minus X. Similarly, it is true for Y, and similarly it is true for Z also. Similarly, you are also going to see the respective rotations like this with respect to the X axis A, and with respect to Y axis it is B, and with respect to Z axis it is C. So why this is done? This is done in order to ensure that your machining operation is done correctly. Just I will read that. It is having three linear axes like X, Y and Z. Remember, for flat workpieces, okay, then always we require three dimensions, X, Y and Z. Generally X and Y represent the dimensions, the movement of the workpiece, flat workpieces. Remember, it is X, Y and, but whereas Z represents the movement of the cutting tool. And also three rotational axes are there, A, B and C. X and Y axis for the movement of the work table or the workpiece. So whatever the movement of the workpiece is there or the work table is there, it is connected to X and Y. And similarly, Z axis for the control of the cutting tool position, as you are going to see now here how it works. See, this is called as a Z direction, this is Z direction, both. Suppose if the tool comes down, then it is considered as a minus Z. If the tool goes up like this, then it is considered as a plus Z, away from the workpiece. This is away from the workpiece, this is towards the workpiece. That is very, very important when the machining operation is being done. A, B and C axis, these are called as a rotational axis about X, Y and Z axis respectively. Where this particular application is there, generally it is having for the drilling, means NC drilling machines adopt this type of system, punching of flat sheet metal. Whenever the punching operation is done on a sheet metals, then we can adopt what? X, Y and Z system. But nowadays you are going to have more than 3 axis, 4 axis, 5 axis, 8 axis like that. So that again we are not discussing in detail. So let us go to the last concept, that is when the type of the job is a cylindrical type. As you know very well, what is the difference here? You are going to see here it is a cylindrical type of job, okay, where this represents plus Z and this represents plus X and this represents minus X. Generally we consider the diameter, this is considered as a diameter as a X, and your drilling operation in that is considered as the whatever the movement along the axis of a workpiece, we consider it as a Z. It is basically having two axes like X and Z axis. Remember, whenever I want to go for the machining of round jobs or cylindrical jobs, then two axes will be taken into consideration, major axis, they are called as X and Z. Workpiece is rotated with respect to the Z axis only. Whatever the rotation is there, that rotation will take place with respect to Z axis only, as you are going to see very clearly on the screen. The path of the cutting tool relative to the workpiece is defined in the XZ plane. So whatever the path of the cutting tool is there, path of the cutting tool means like this. Whatever the path of the cutting tool is there, it is with respect to the XZ plane. X-axis, what is X-axis? It is the radial location of the tool. It is called as a radial location, means what? It represents almost the diameter or the radius, as you are going to see on the screen here. Z axis, it is the moment parallel to the axis of rotation of the workpiece. It is a movement which is parallel like this. That means the movement which is going to take place in this way. Okay. Similarly, example of this is NC lathe machines, NC turning centers are going to adopt what? X and Z axis to carry out the process of operation, especially on the cylindrical jobs. Very, very important. You just have an observation. Let us have an observation very keenly here, how the movement of the tool is going to take place and how the coordinate values are going to change continuously. So only thing is Z we have not shown because we have fixed that Z value. So in that condition it is not showing because it is fixed at a particular level. So for that purpose only you are going to see the X and Y, but actually Z is also considered. That is very, very important. How X, you are going to see clearly here, X represents one dimension, X represents one dimension here, Y represents another dimension, and this is nothing but a Z, which you are going to see very clearly on the screen here. Again also one more for clarification purpose, you are going to see how the movement of the tool is going to take place. Just have a view for about 2 to 3 minutes in connection with this. Observe the movements there. What are the X, Y and Z movements, how it is changing. Z movement is showing upwards, X to the right side, Y on that side, and again you are going to see how the operation is being carried out very clearly on the screen itself. Just observe for 1 minute. Again you are going to see how the axis is being shown there very clearly. Okay, so you can have a website visit, and the most important thing that you need to do after listening to the today's session is take a, as I have told, please make a separate notebook, try to write the answers for all these questions. Define NC machine, NC system, and list the basic components of an NC system. Explain the 3 basic components of an NC system. Explain NC coordinate systems, and sketch the NC system and label the parts. So all these 5 questions, prepare yourself and be ready with the preparations, right? There will be no repetition of the syllabus. I often used to say, and please even tell your parents to pay the fees. It is not a force from our side, but as you know, we have already finished one chapter, and as you might have already seen in the newspaper, 40% online classes have to be conducted. There is no option as per the orders from the government till we start with the actual physical classes. So that is why please tell your parents to pay the fees, okay, as early as possible. So with this I finish off, and also I am going to attach 1 or 2 videos with this for better understanding. You also listen to that, and every student has to answer the assessment questions also. That is very, very important.
In this video, we will discuss about the NC, that is the numerical control, computer numerical control, and direct numerical control. So before going into this video, if you did not subscribe this channel, please subscribe this channel and also like, share to your friends. So what is CNC? CNC is a machine that runs through the programs. So what is CNC? Controlling of a machine tool by means of a prepared program is called as a numerical control. It can also be defined as a programmable automation in which the process is controlled by letters, numbers, and symbols. The basic components: program, machine control unit, and machine tool or processing equipment. Program, machine tool, and the machine tool or processing equipment. These are the components of an NC system. So, what is a program? It is a step-by-step command that directs the action of the machine tool. It is also called a part program. A man who prepares program is called part programmer. And the mediums are punch tape, magnetic tape, direct entry or manual data input through the buttons. Machine control unit consists of electric hardware system that reads and interprets the program and converts it into a mechanical action of the machine tool. It includes tape reader. The punched tape is processed and read by using the tape reader, and data buffer used to store the instructions in the tape. Signal output channels to the machine tool. The data buffer sends the signals to the machine tool for the processing, and feedback channels from the machine tool. Sequence control and control panel. Tape reader. It is an electromechanical device used to read the instructions punched in the punch tape, converts the punch tape instructions into the machine code instructions, and stores in data buffer. Data buffer used to store input instruction in logical blocks of information. The block of information represents one complete step in the sequence of processing. The signal output channels connected to the servo motors of the machine tool. There are many servo motors. Each servo motor is connected with the signal output channel. They send signals to the servo motors to do machining operations. Feedback channels. The feedback channels send the feedback from the machine tool about the new position, because while machining, the position of the tool is changed many number of times. So, to locate the position of the machine tool, feedback channels are used. In this, the new positions of the machine tool slides, compare them with the original output signals, and correct the position if necessary. Sequence controls. It coordinates all the activities of the machine control unit elements like reading the tape, setting signals to the machine tools, etc. Control panel. It contains dials, switches to run the machine manually. Example, tool change in NZ machines if it is manual. Machine tool or processing equipment. The machine tool performs the useful work. It consists of the work table, slides, spindles, which separate the individual servo motor and controls to drive them independently. The linear movement of the slides and spindles are specified with respect to the 3 coordinate axes. Mostly the NC machines are with 3 coordinate axes X, Y, Z. Some are 5 axis, 7 axis, etc. It is capable of performing variety of machining operations like drilling, tapering, reaming, milling, boring, etc. It has automatic tool changes using ATC and automatic work positioning. So let's do the procedure. The steps involved in NCR. First, the process is planned. Then part programming, tape preparation and production. Process planning. First, the drawing of the work part is prepared. From the drawing of the work part, the manufacturing processes are determined and a route sheet is prepared. A route sheet is a list containing the sequence of operations. Part programming. The sequence of the machining steps to be performed by NC is documented in a special format known as part program. Tape preparation. In manual part programming, punch tape is prepared directly from the part program manuscript or a typewriter-like device called flexowriter, having tape punching capability. Tape preparation. The punch tape is checked by running it through a computer which plots the various tool movements on a paper. Production. Finally, the production can be started after successful verification and checking of the tape. Advantages: greater accuracy, increased productivity, lesser production cost per piece due to reduction in time and also setup time, improved product quality, greater manufacturing flexibility, reduced part inventory, improved machine utilization, reduced floor space requirements, improved manufacturing control. Limitation of NZ machine: high investment cost, high maintenance cost, recruitment, training, NC personnel. So thank you for watching. If you like this video, put a thumbs up and